Hi, my name is Robert Larson. I'm the owner of Arsenal Law in Mesa, Arizona, and I've helped hundreds of people dealing with child support related issues over the years. But one issue I don't think I've ever really talked about is reimbursement of medical expenses. And somebody messaged me recently asking if I would talk about that, and I thought that was a good idea. So basically, every child support order in Arizona is going to tell you what percentage each parent is responsible for when it comes to medical, dental, vision, orthodontia, mental health expenses for your children. It could be 50-50 or it could be a different percentage, but it's going to tell you what that percentage is. And it's usually going to tell you a certain deadline that you have. So if you're the person who pays for an expense, you have a certain amount of days to give that receipt and request reimbursement from the other parent. And then that parent has a certain amount of time to respond. So you always want to check your court order because it might say a specific number of days. But if it doesn't, the child support guidelines generally say the person who paid the expense has 180 days to provide the receipt and request reimbursement to the other parent, and then the other parent should pay it within 30 days. But like I said, check your court order because sometimes people agree to different periods of time. As far as how you do it, you always want to make sure it's in writing. So email works great because you have proof of it forever and it's date stamped, date and time stamped, and so you have really good proof. But also these co-parenting apps that have become popular over the past few years, that's a great way to do it too. You can send it through the app, and that way there's always proof right there that you can just download. And also some apps allow you to make payments through the app. You can connect your bank information and just pay it right through the app. So that's a great way to do it. If you don't, if the person doesn't pay, you can take them back to court for enforcement and contempt. And since this is considered part of the child support order, all the enforcement mechanisms that are in place for child support are also available for reimbursement of medical expenses. So that's good if you're the person trying to get the payment. It's not so good if you're the one who has to pay. But there's a lot of things the courts can do to make sure that these things are paid. Um, if you don't um, send the request for reimbursement within the time frame that's given, you may never be able to get it back. So I had a case once many years ago where a lady waited years and years and years until the kids were basically turning 18 and the child support was going to end. She saved up all the medical expenses and then she wanted reimbursement of, I believe it was over $50,000. And because it had taken so long and there wasn't really proof of these reimbursements that's being requested of the father, the judge basically denied it all. And so it was about 50,000 of medical expenses that she didn't get any reimbursement for because she didn't really seek reimbursement in time and didn't really have proof that she had ever requested it properly. So you want to make sure you do it in time. So hopefully that answers some questions. And if you have any more, feel free to comment or ask me, and I'll be happy to respond as well as I can. If you want to give me a call, you can always do that as well. Thanks.